Hello and welcome to the key points from tutorial 6. First thing that's dealt with, of course, is TKP06.MOD. Key points to take away are that when dealing with criminal law, and to some extent other areas of law, but criminal law in particular, you need to be ruthlessly logical. You define from the statute, or when we get on to non-statutory offences such as murder, you need to define the actus reus, the mens rea, and what defences may be available. Then you look at the facts and say, actus reus, is it fulfilled? Mens rea, is it all there? And any possible defences. Second part of the question, of course, was not a problem question, but an essay question. And the phrase that I've used in a number of responses to TMAs is, at degree level, you need to be developing your skills in critically evaluating comments. Law done at lower levels is very much about describing the law and describing rules. At degree level, you're expected to take a view on subjects, to look at the arguments that academics and judges put forward and critically evaluate them. The point is that academics and judges are not infallible. They have their own opinions, they have their own reasoning. Some of those may be superb, can't be faulted. Others can be disagreed with. Some of them may even be flawed. And so whenever you get the opportunity to look at an argument, weigh up the arguments that are being put. Don't be afraid to challenge what is asserted. This question in particular, fairness is at the heart of it. And many people will say that the current position is fairer than it was before. But you need to define what fairness is. You need to weigh up the arguments. I mean, this is why law reports tend to be quite long. Because if you read through what the judges are doing, they're not just saying, all right, it's A, B, C, therefore D. I mean, if law was that easy, we wouldn't need judges. We could have a computer program. In fact, they have to weigh up things. They have to weigh up arguments. And of course, that's what the law degree is training you to do. So do take on some of the arguments that are made. And of course, when we get on to TKP05, similarly, you'll have an opportunity there to do that weighing up process. Now, after TKP04, the big issue is homicide. Very important issue. Obviously, one of the most serious offences that there is, and for the exam itself, do make sure that you are fully conversant with what's necessary to prove these offences. So again, in line with the being ruthlessly logical, what's the actus reus, what's the mens rea, and what are the defences? Again, the actus reus, mens rea that's relevant, well established, you'll find them in the textbooks. The defences, make sure you distinguish between those which are absolute defences, which, if the defence succeeds, the person will be acquitted. They will have no liability for the homicide. Examples will be the defence of insanity. If you can prove that you killed but you were insane, under the rules that apply, and they're slightly strange, then it is an acquittal. Okay, in practical terms, it may actually be worse, that you can be then committed to an institution where you may actually spend more time than you would be if you were found guilty of murder. But it is a full defence to the charge of murder. Similarly, self-defence, if established, gives acquittal. There are also the partial defences: diminished responsibility, provocation. Again, make sure that you know what needs to be proved in order to establish that defence, each of those defences. And then finally on to TMA05. 2 questions. First one, problem question, which of course you're going to apply that same ruthless logic to it. The second question, critically evaluate arguments. Give us a reasoned opinion. This is a subject matter we've seen lots of tabloid pontification about. I don't want emotion, I want a good hard look at the principles. Need you to explain the relevant statutes and the relevant cases. So, homicide is the key issue that you'll be thinking about over the next few weeks. There's murder, there's manslaughter and various forms of it. Let's say, be terribly logical. Thank you.